Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Autumn, and today I'm really excited to be showing you how to make leaf clusters. So in yesterday's video I showed you how to make just the regular fabric leaves, and today I'm going to be showing you pretty much the same concept, only there's a couple of little tricks that you'll want to learn in order to get the effect that you want. So let's see. So again, I'm just going to explain to you that the kind of fabric that you will be needing is going to be this kind of silky, shiny, satin-like fabric. And the very best fabric, I guess you could say the very best content in that fabric would be 100% polyester. And reason being is that seems to burn the very best. You may be able to, there's also like if you nylon like 100% nylon, or acetate I should say, is good. And then you might get away with doing a mix if the majority of that is polyester. Like, let me grab one here. I have this curtain. Let me see. So I have this curtain that I bought at the thrift store, and you see here it says that it's 67% polyester and 33% nylon. I haven't tried it out, but I'm pretty sure it'll work. I have just gotten I've gotten used to the feel of the fabric, and you will too, you'll see. And you know, if you go, I say like the very best place to get the kind of fabric that you need at the cheapest is like thrift stores or garage sales. If you go to a fabric store, it gets expensive so quickly. I mean, so quickly. You can literally, I mean, most sales, you can get stuff like this for like a quarter, or like if it's just like one curtain panel, it's usually like a quarter, 50 cents, maybe even $1, which at $1 it'd be worth it. At a thrift store, you might pay a little bit more because they have to make profit. But here's a valance. I can't even show you the whole thing because it's so big. But this is a valance, like these were popular in the 90s with all this cord, which this is great too. But see, I only got that for $1.99. And I mean, the valance is huge. It's very, very big. It's for one of those grand windows that kind of stretched across your wall. And that was only $1.99. So not only did I get the fabric for that, but I also got that nice braided cord with the tassels. So now I usually like to use antique and vintage materials for my slow stitch and hand sewn projects. However, when it comes to these flowers, it's not always possible because, you know, polyester and those kinds of synthetic fabrics were not really created until like the late 1930s or early 1940s. And with those dresses, you know, they're much harder to get, and who would want to ruin them unless they already had holes and horrible stains that you can't get out of. So let me show you how to do these leaf clusters. When I say leaf cluster, I'm talking about like a 3-pointed leaf or 4-pointed, like something like this here. Okay, and they don't necessarily look like much by themselves, but when you get your flowers on them and you kind of move things around, it's really, really nice. It comes together very well. So let's start with the 3. Let's start with the 3 one. Now, the other day I did like a triangle where you cut like a triangle and go that route. You can go that route, but here's another route you can take. Let me get something here that's kind of flat. And I have a cutting method, but it's kind of tricky and it's a really weird folding. So I want to make it easy as possible. So let's just use this. Most of you know what this is. It is a disappearing ink marker. And you can get these at pretty much any craft store. You can even get them at like a high school pharmacy or something like that too. And so I'm just going to take it, and you want to cut like a square, a little square. And then you're going to kind of start in the middle and then draw a line to one end, so to speak, like that. Okay, and then you're going to kind of draw sort of a diagonal line kind of going down that way, and then you're going to draw another one kind of diagonally going down that way, like that. So you kind of created like a, and it doesn't have to be perfect, and it won't be, especially when you're doing this like me. Well, I have to work around this tripod and ring and camera and all this, and I hope I'm in frame. Okay, so now from there you're just going to kind of, you can start wherever. You can start like in the middle like that and work your way kind of down like that. It just helps to eyeball things. And then on this side you can kind of go down and stop sort of where you were before, and then just turn it like that. And this is very crude, but it's okay, because that's, none of this preparation stuff has to be precise at all. And the flame does magic, I will say. The flame kind of cleans everything up. So there's that, and then that. And look at this, it disappears quite quickly, but if you get a nice strong, there you go, it should be fine. If you get a nice strong draw on it, it'll last longer than. Okay, so this is what we have right here. And now what you want to do, it's simple. We learned this in primary school. You just kind of, let me move this. This is in my way. Now you just kind of cut it out. Now for me, just for my own, I'm cutting a little close to that, but you don't have to cut it right on up like snug to the line. You don't have to do that. You can, usually like when I'm making my other leaves, I leave a bit of space like that, just because, you know, it's always, you can always burn it down further down, but it's nice to have just a little bit of an edge, just to have something to work with. Okay. And try to get, there you go, there we go. All right, so there, now we have that. And then your little cuttings, save them, because believe it or not, these make the most darling little leaves. They really do. They get so cute. You can make many, many miniature leaves and flowers and things. So there's that. Now normally for my, if it was just one leaf I was making, say like this, then I would use you know, my candle on a plate kind of a thing, and my tweezers. But for this, I mean, if you want to, you can, but it's much harder to get the effect that you want, and to get it evenly burned if you go that route. So you're gonna have to go with something like this, and that's, you know, that's okay. I mean, just keep your fingers away from the flame and you'll be fine. Okay, so we're just going to light, and then we're going to run this along the edge, just like that. And you see how it's shaping it so nicely already. And the good thing about this, look at that. It turns it into a beautiful dark green. You see that on the edge? That really helps to make your leaf pop. Okay, so let's go on this side. Okay. Whoops, dropped it. All right, and now let's do this last side here. Okay. Let me try it. Okay, so I'm gonna do this because this part is not quite. There we go. There we go. So that's what we have now. That's about what we have. And now we want to give it a little bit more life, because we want it to look as natural as possible. So what you want to do is you want to hold it above your flame now. But I'm going to try and do this so you guys can see. So light that up, and then see how it kind of curled it? You see that? That's really nice. I might just stop there, at least for now, on that side. Let's do it on this side. There we go. Ooh, curl. But that's okay, because that's how it is in nature. That curled a lot. Normally, I have more control because I'm not doing this on camera. Okay, there you go. You see that? Very cute. I love it. Love it, love it. Let's see. I don't know. I might leave it like that. Now, on the edges, it gets a little caramelized, so it gets a little, you know, especially if you got a lot like that, it gets a little hard, but that's neat because it kind of starts to look like mixed media on your projects. Different textures and things. But if you feel it, even the part that's crinkled and curled and stuff, it still feels nice, like fabric, you know. So this is just a nice texture for those of us who are very tactile. Okay, so there's that. Now let me show you what that looks like with the flower over it. Let's see, what color do I want to get? And what size? This is kind of big, but do you see that? So this is like, has leaves kind of peeking out from behind, which is a nice look. But then let's get a smaller one here. So here we go. Look at that. You see that? Oh, whoops. Isn't that nice? Oh my goodness. How's that? Can you see that? See? So that's a 3-pointed leaf cluster. Isn't that gorgeous and fun and easy? Okay, so now let me show you how to do a 4-pointed leaf cluster. So let's see. Let me get, now if I were you, when you do these, it's best to use the thicker material like that, but you can also go with something like this. Now this is another curtain, a huge curtain that I got very, very cheap, and I think it was at a sale, and I think it was like 4 panels in a bag for $2. So that's what I'm saying. Go for the sales, or maybe thrift stores. Don't go to the craft stores unless you want to, but chances are when you get this fabric at the sales, it'll be older, which to me the older stuff is always better quality. Even from the 1990s or 80s, their quality I find is much better than the stuff that they're making right now in 2024. And so you'll get older, better quality, much more quantity, and cheaper, and I mean much cheaper. So let's try something like this. Let's just try it and see what we see with the 4-point. It's much easier with the 3, but everything's doable. That's what I say. Now something like this, I would even save that, because you can make the most darling little leaves. I promise you can make the sweetest little leaves out of that. Or this would be nice as like a little border to some sentiments. You want to stitch a sentiment over that. There's just, save every scrap. That's all I have to say. Okay, so now I have this, and I'm going to try my best to shape this into the perfect, not perfect, but as square as possible. So I'm going to trim a little bit of this off right here, and that looks more square to me. What do you think? I don't know. I mean, it's crinkled, but okay. So I'm going to save that piece too. Now, with making the 4-pointed leaf cluster, you're going to fold in half, just like that. And it's not going to be perfect half, but kind of as precise as you can get with this, just because you're going to be doing like a cutting motion here and you're eyeballing. So, okay, so now you're going to just turn it, and then you're going to cut, like, let's say, start around right there just for now, and then you're going to kind of do a curved cut going up towards the tip, just like that. You see that? Now we're going to turn it around this way and do the same thing, and try to start kind of close to where you started on the other side, just like that. Hope I'm in frame here. It's a little awkward for me. And then just kind of go, and don't worry about it being perfect. Just do kind of about or approximate with this, because, you know, It's a lot of hand work here. Okay, let's open this up and see what we have. So just, there we go. See, like that. Now we're going to do the same thing. Now I know this might sound tedious to you, but save that. If you want, you can make little leaves even out of those. I'm telling you, I like to do a lot of miniature stuff. And those little bits come in handy. Like, have a little box for your bits. Go treat yourself, or go to a thrift store and find a really cute little box and put all your little bits in. Okay, so let's turn on our flame, and then bear with me. This is a bit awkward. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is just kind of do that. It makes it a little bit easier. So let's do that. Okay, so turn on your flame and run it real quick, because this is much thinner than the other. See how quickly it burns? Okay, and then we're going to go on this side and do the same thing. Run it real fast if you can, as fast as you can. If you have to go back, that's fine too, but be quick. There, you see? You see how it darkened and caramelized on the edge? And it just defines it really, really well. Now let's do the next one here. Let's get out, take the flame, light it, run it real fast as you can. Ooh, let me get this side here. There we go. Now over here. There we go. Did I get it? Yeah. Okay, now we got 2 more to go. Turn it. There we go. You'll get the hang of it. It's actually very easy for me. It's just right now, and it'll be easier for you. It's just I'm working behind like a tripod, and I have to, it's just an awkward way to be doing this. I'm looking over and around kind of. Okay, so there we go. All right, and now this side. This is actually pretty fun though. I think you guys are going to learn to really love this. It's a wonderful addition to your, okay, this way. All right, and then there we go. Okay, and then that one. Okay, there we go. All right, and so now we're left with something like this. Now, if I weren't on camera, I would probably like go back and just go kind of get closer in here, but it's just so awkward for me right now. Oh, I don't want to ruin this, is what I'm saying. I mean, you don't have to, you can always like cinch things up and sew and then put your flower on top of it too, which exactly what I'm going to be doing to another piece. You guys, you hear me? I'm skipping words. I'm so excited. My mind is just not. Okay, am I even in focus? Let me move this because I feel like my camera wants to focus on that. Okay. Let me see if I can just clean it up really quick. Woo, that was quick. All right, got it. Okay, so now we've got that, you see? Now, let me find something really cute here. Look at this. Ooh. Now for me, what I would do, because I don't really like it flanked just like 1, 2, 3, 4. You can do that. But I like something that seems a little more natural, like how you would find it in nature. So what I would do is I would take this and I would probably, let me see. Is that too far in? I don't know. Let me see. Oh, you've got a layer like that, or you've got, let me see. Like that. Let me see how that goes. Whoops. I think I pulled that one. Oh, here it is. Okay, let me see how that looks. I mean, see, to me, that looks a little more like how you would find it in nature. Let me see. Here's one. So, yeah. Okay, now I know that looks funny just as is, but check it out once you put your flower over it. See? Here, let me move this over a little bit. You see? Isn't that gorgeous? Look, okay, I like that just like it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my needle and thread. I usually knot every single thing, so this should be knotted. Oh, don't tell me you came off. I'm going to take one of my pins and leave it here because I really like where this is at. Oh, I should have, there we go. I'm going to leave that like that, and then I'm going to rethread this needle because it came out. Okay. There you win. I promise this is not hard. It's just awkward with the camera. There we go. All right. And that should be, yeah. I usually keep things. Now, normally I would use a color that matches with this, but honestly, it doesn't really even matter because this is going to be covered up. So I'm just going to start from the bottom like this, and then, I don't know, just make another tack. Maybe just a few tacks, really. That's all you have to do, just to keep things in place. There we go. I'm going to take this out now, and then I'm going to do just a couple more tacks in there just to secure it. Ooh, you can pull it pretty tight if you want in order to kind of make it, you know, come up more. See, around your flower once you put your flower in. Let me see. Push. There we go. I think that looks good. I could always bring it in a little bit more if I wanted like that. Let me see. Let me see if I want to. Let's see. Or is it fine just where? No, I want to bring it in a little bit more. It's more charming in my opinion. There we go. So I'm going to hold it right there. And then I'm going to take my thread, pull up, and then stab down, kind of go over that. You see that crease right there? I'm going to go over it like that. So it'll keep it in place, and then I'm going to do it one more time further up, like over here. There we go, you see? All right. And then pull back, pull up. I don't want to pull up tight. Are you where I want you? Huh. Let me do this. There we go. I'm going to kind of do that. There we go. That's where I wanted you. Okay. And pull tight. And now on the back, I'm just going to kind of do a little bit of a, like that. Bring my needle up through a little, and then through the loop here. And then pull. And then I'm going to just take it and run it through like that. Here we go. Yeah, just like that. All right. And then snip, snip. There we go. Okay, and then I usually knot those, but okay, let's see what we see here. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous. I love it. Let's see. Let me show you something. Yeah, let me show you something. So here's a piece that I've been working on here. And this is, well, I haven't been where I'm done with it. It's a cover for a little mini fabric book. And so look at this. This is why these are so important, okay? First of all, every element. Of course, your flowers are, but leaves too. You lay that on. Now, this probably isn't necessarily where I would have it, but you lay that on, and then you layer. I'm going to take one of these pins and put it in here just so you can kind of get the gist of what that would look like. I would probably more than likely secure it with some beads or something, but look, you see? You see that? So it really matters. These are wonderful. Let me show you something else. Let me see if I can do another look here that might look nice. Let's try. This is kind of bright, but Look at that. You see that? Isn't that pretty? Let me put that pen in so we can kind of see it the way it would be on there. See? Isn't that gorgeous? Okay. And I am just so stoked about these. Let's try, here's one. I like this scale. Look at that. Let's try a three-pointed one. Here we go. So this is one of those that we drew. We drew out the kind of stick legs, so to speak. There we go. Whoops. You guys, thank you for your patience. You're bearing with me here. I'm slipping all over the place. I really, really need to get used to working around this camera. There, you see? Look at that. Very pretty, huh? Okay, well, so that's my tutorial for the fabric leaf clusters. Now, if you want to, I don't know if I already explained this or not. I know I did in the other video, but I'm not sure about this one. If you want to make these, like, of course you can make them for pleasure, but if you want to make them for profit, you're going to want to hire some help. And the reason being is, although they are very fun to make and very relaxing, they take quite a bit of time. It's tedious. So it's not hard. It's not hard work, but it's long work. And you're going to need more hands. And then also, definitely price them at a price that is fair to you. And reason being is these are couture quality. You're making these by hand. And it takes time. And more than likely, these will be sewn on by hand by the person who purchases them. They don't have to be sewn. They can be glued too, but, you know, I mean, these are couture quality. So, yeah, like I said, learn this, have fun. Don't feel bad if you ruin a couple of them or whatever. I've been doing this for a very long time, and I still, every once in a while, just say, and it makes me feel better to just melt the whole thing over the flame real quick before I toss it. But it's not a big deal. It's just fun. And I mean, you'll get the hang of it right away. I think it's just that it takes a lot of time to make a lot of them. So, anyway, so thank you so much for joining me. And I hope that this was a wonderful addition to the skills that you've learned here on YouTube. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want, go ahead and comment. I would love to hear from you. Share this video. That would be great. And if you are interested in seeing a lot more tutorials, go ahead and subscribe. Click the notification bell, and you will be, I guess, alerted when I come up with new videos. So, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you again. Bye-bye.